Okay, class, today we're going to do some more work with finding independent variables and dependent variables and writing equations to model relationships. So our problem says the table shows the relationship between the number of pizzas N and the total cost in dollars of the pizzas C. And it is asking us to determine our independent and dependent variables. Now remember that the dependent variable does depend on the value of the independent variable. So our independent variable in this problem would be the number of pizzas that we are purchasing, which is also represented by an N. And that would mean that our dependent variable is the total cost of the pizzas, which is represented by C. We have to know how many pieces we're buying to know how much total we are spending on those pizzas. Okay, so we've got our table here, and we're looking to see if we can figure out what is happening to the N column to give us the C. So if I look at the first one, I know that I can take 1 and either multiply it by 14, or I can add 13 to it. So I have to see which one of those is going to be true for the second one. So if I take 2 and I multiply it by 14, I will get 28. So it looks like that's going to be a pattern, and we just kind of double check. 3 times 14 is 42, 4 times 14 is 56, and 5 times 14 is 70. So we're taking all of these values in our N column, and we're multiplying by 14. So we're taking these, we're multiplying by 14 to get these answers in our C column. So when we're writing our equation out, we will have that to get our total cost, which is C, so C equals and it is our value of N multiplied by 14, so we will write that out, 14 N, or 14 times N. Okay, let's look at a different problem. Okay, this problem is just using an X and Y or an input-output table. So we're going to look at it to see if we can identify a pattern. So I can look at the 1. I know I can either add 8 to get to the 9, or I can multiply by 9. So I'm going to double check with the 2. I can add 8 to the 2 and get 10. So it seems like that's what we're doing, is adding 8 to each of these numbers. So we will get our equation that y is equal to x plus 8. And remember that this first column, our x, is always our independent variable. Okay, and that would mean that our y is always going to be dependent. Okay, if you need further help or another example, you can watch the next video.